And welcome to Racing, Pacing, Chasing, Season 2, Episode 32. It is the racing segment. I'm Aaron Bain, joined by Tommy. Tommy's Impact Javor. Welcome, mate.
G'day, Aaron. How are you this evening?
Very subdued entry by you tonight, mate.
It is. I think
tone it down.
Yeah, I think we're going to build into a bit of a frenzy, but I'm genuinely excited because here we are at the Gawler Racing Club, one of my favourite venues.
Yeah, no, and mate, if they saw you walk into this venue at the moment, the hunting form you're in, the bookmakers would be nervous.
I have my moments. There's no doubt. But
anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got a fair bit to cover from the news from the weekend in racing. Probably was a certain deal. Very elegant was just that in the Turnbull Stakes. My girl, I like to say that.
I think she was lucky, but yeah, I did say she was the one to beat.
Is Libertini ready to climb Everest? We'll touch on that. Ensar enters the ether in the Gimrak Stakes. Those and many more stories coming your way, Tommy. But I've held you at bay for the first minute. Toffee tongue.
The amount of people that stuff it. I'll chuck some money on it. 71s for the win, and they, to their credit, they did go each way this week. Paid $15 the place. It was bobbing with 75 to go. My kids were screaming across, "Daddy, stop yelling! Stop yelling! Settle down, Daddy!" I was like, "Toffee tongue!" And it just couldn't hold off what was a quality horse. And I said the one to beat, Very Elegant.
Yep.
And do you know what? If you listened to me and you went Very Elegant into Toffee Tongue into field, it was a $2,500 trifecta. Didn't do it myself because I'm an idiot. But yeah, no, it was a probably what you'd call a good tip. 50 Shades tip was a second. The Trust Tom and Tice was so poor he gets booted this week. But I was wrapped. I like winning money with a 15-1. So to all you neophytes out there, that's gold, I tell you. All my neophytes, they're the ones that are new to the following.
Tommy, let's talk about the Turnbull Stakes a little bit more. There were a heap of good runs, especially Toffee Tongue, but also SA's Dallas End, very brave as well. Craig Williams, obviously also there with Surprise Baby. Nice little trial for the Cup. Hit the line good the last 150, but just sort of, never really got into the race at any stage until, just hitting the line well late.
Yeah, look, at Spring Carnival, it's been an absolute beauty, as it is every year. And after all the pressures that the various people have felt, the industry's felt, everyone's felt, it's going to be nice just to roll out the Spring Carnival. Hopefully the crowds can get in. I know Adelaide they can. Whether the Melbourne Cup's in Melbourne with the crowd, who knows? But should we have a look at the Turnbull, because it was a beautiful finish and a really good run race.
At the 250, but a wall's coming. Finch, Very Elegant, and Harlem and Toffee Tongue right up on the inside. It's Finch, Very Elegant and Toffee Tongue, then Master of Wine, Superstorm, Finch, Very Elegant, Toffee Tongue, Dallasan between them. It's a head bob of the mare. The mare's got up, I think. Very Elegant maybe from Toffee Tongue, Dallasan or Finch, and then Warning and Eye Catcher from...
Another one there to mention, also Warning, we've mentioned it many times before on the RPC segments from the Freedman Barn. It was also an eye catcher late, so plenty to take out of that. Also staying at Flemington, the Gilgai Stakes for the sprinters was a good pointer for upcoming races. The Elton and Zahara Shane Zutiri improved from its first up win to hold off challenges, and it's some chance for a spot in the Everest. And the McAvoy train, dollar for dollar, been a very consistent performer, has come back in superb order this campaign, running a tough second.
Yes, it was the Everest-bound Tofane that had no luck and cost me a fair bit of money, along with my mates in the Punters Club. Wasn't really extended any time, but I thought the other Everest runner in the race, Santa Ana Lane, was okay, running home well over the last 100 metres as it's entitled to do. But yeah, Tofane, found that run disappointing myself.
Still fighting Zutari on the outside. Coming at it now is Kemel Passer and Kementari, dollar for dollar, and Zutori, dollar for dollar. Zutori just in front, and Zutori is just one, I'd say. Zutori from dollar for dollar and Kemel Passer, then Kementari to Fane. Next in the...
At Randwick, Karen McAvoy was able to produce the trainer to go forward with Probabile in a move that it basically won the Epsom for him in the end. It was a great move. That's why he is number one. And like Fritz, Tommy Javor and Frog Cakes, he's South Australia's own.
He's claimed him there, and Funstar went forward from the wide as well. Finished second, while our tip Colette, we spoke about it on the show last week, actually settled in the second half, but powered home late to finish sixth at big odds. Watch for it in coming weeks. But let's take a look at the Group 1 mile.
Riadini, Yulong Prince coming into the clear from Looks Like Elvis. Probabile takes the lead from her old sparring partner Funstar, and Probabile will beat Funstar. Third between Riadini and Yulong Prince. Then came Colette from Looks Like Elvis. Further back to Wild.
We said at the start of the show, Tommy, is Libertini ready to climb Everest?
Well, I don't know.
It's got a spot.
I think the Everest is a hard one to pick. Yeah. It's so much money involved, so many great quality horses. anyone can win on the day.
Yeah, we're talking about Libertini in the Premier Stakes, outstanding, and was sent out $13, but it was victorious. Had a sensational 2-year-old season, given time to grow and mature like some of these horses need, and gave Regan Bayless a well-earned Group 2 winner. But
Owned by a couple of real little Aussie battlers in the form of Jerry Harvey and John Singleton, and they had some issues on the weekend. They weren't sure whose helicopter they'd take, but Libertini is in the mix for an Everest spot, and two little battlers that could really use the 3.7 or 7.4 or however many millions it is.
do you reckon they just jump on this show to watch Tommy's impact?
Yeah. Let me just turn my $1 million in loose change to $71 million loose change.
What do you make of Nature Strip, mate?
Will not win a Group 1 in this company until he learns to settle.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's what the note says. But, G-Trail's knocked it off. It keeps starting at short price favourites and not getting the chocolates.
Blown out in Everest markets.
Yep.
Yeah.
To give you an idea, Zutori improved in his first up time by 1.3 seconds, which was still slower than Farnan and Nature Strip. They ran and they both didn't finish in the first three. Where's Farnan?
Yeah. Let's take a look at the replay now. Libertini in the Premier Group 2 Stakes.
Classic Legend and Libertini's creeping into it. Nature Strip's gone now. Classic Legend and Libertini, they'll fight it out, and Libertini went past the grey. Libertini got a half length, now a length in front. What a great return to racing, Libertini. Off to the Everest, someone will pick you up now. Classic Legend second, Photo third, Deprive and Nature Strip.
Plenty of replays tonight, Bainey. Plenty of action.
Finish off, as we said, the 2-year-old, always exciting when you see the 2-year-olds in the Gimrak Stakes, and the 2-year-old by Written Tycoon in the Mar Eustanaz stable called Enthar was very impressive on debut.
Yeah, it was no closer than 3 wide the trip and ran the last 200 metres in an impressive 11.56, considered super quick for a 2-year-old. But just to watch the acceleration from the 100, and it was fast.
Yeah, it goes from jogging and just hits the go button and it explodes away. Let's take a look at the replay now.
Green with white cap.
Moved up to take the lead from Total Babe, then came Authentic Jewel at the 200, and Enthar revved up 2 lengths clear now. Mallory running home okay on the inside of Authentic Jewel, but Enthar, she looked the part at the trials, and have a look at her go. Wow, she had plenty on them. Enthar by 4 lengths to Mallory.
Certainly always an exciting time of year when you see the 2-year-old step out, Tommy, and a great performance there from Enthar. Anyway, we must move on. There's plenty more to cover after the opening segments. We must thank, before we do, our Platinum Program partner, Air Diffusion Agencies, also the Gorlin Brossa Jockey Club.
Is that gun?
The Gorlin Brossa Jockey Club giving us the run of their facility tonight, as they do on a number of occasions throughout the year, and the Choice Hotels Group as well. But Tommy, it's time to go to Money Pot.
Get back about news, brews and barbecues, one of my favourite segments.
We've had enough, mate. Not this week. We've covered plenty of news and replays early.
Well, what about, I laid down a bit of a challenge in the slow cooker last week. Remember the slow cooker? And what happened there to my good friend Huey? Did you get a bit of the old chick?
You've really got it in for Huey, don't you?
Off him. I'm off him.
He was once known for the jockey as Winks, and you've just tossed him out with it.
Pardon the pun, but Winks carried him.
Very sharp there, mate. Now, what are you talking about? You scratched, but it won on the day.
Yeah, no, he was meant to ride Colding, and he didn't, did he?
No, not in the Epsom. Was scratched.
Yep. Okay.
Won early in the day.
Well, that was my slow burn last week, so he stuffed
Jay
that up for
McAboard.
me. He just can't stop stuffing with me, old Huey. Look, we'll let it go at this one. I reckon I might have scared him off. That's my theory. But we might we'll park this one, as they say in the business world, and we'll come back to it.
It's time now for the Money Pot.
Air Diffusion Agencies are the market leader in air conditioning component manufacturing. Using state-of-the-art technologies to design and innovate, they have the largest range of components for all air conditioning, heating and ventilation systems. Air Diffusion are proudly Australian family-owned, trading for over 30 years and employing over 150 experienced staff. Servicing all of Adelaide with 3 huge locations, they really are your one-stop air conditioning trade centre. So demand Air Diffusion products in your home or business.
Money Pot brought to us each week by Action Line Marking, the best in SA for all your marking and cleaning. Contact the boys at Action Line Marking. New supporters on the show, we thank them very much. We have a couple this week. So we have Instant Celebrity and Parsifal in the stable.
Parsifal?
Parsifal in the stable. And I'm going to add Trip from the David Jolly Stable, a very consistent 4-year-old who won with confidence by 2.5 lengths, mate.
Yeah, ran 11.34 and 11.24 from the 600 to the 200 and got a little tired in the last bit, but did hold them all off. Don't let him go. Make sure you get something on next start. I think he's certainly one to watch. That's why we call it the money pot, because we'll fill your pot with money, honey. He's in front and never looks like getting beaten. Stick with him. Let's have a look at the little replay.
But Trip is gliding along at the 300 metre point, 3 clear from Exalted Loretta. Made in Milan is starting to pick up some speed, but Trip kept going. 2 clear Exalted Loretta. Kitty Demore on the rail. Wider out is Lady Bethany, but Trip, this is a pretty easy watch if you're on the favourite. Trip is home. It's smooth sailing for Trip. Wins by 2.
Time now for 3 wide no cover, brought to us by MGA Insurance Brokers. Steve Macklin and his team are your one-stop shop for all insurance needs, from life insurance to income protection. Tommy, over to you, mate, for your first one.
Now, I know this is an RPC favourite, absolute favourite, but the run of warning in the Turnbull Stakes was powerful.
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 Sent out a warning.
Sent out a warning. Trained by Anthony Freeman, this 3-year-old was last in a field of Group 1 winners, giving them at least 15 lengths.
You reckon that much?
Yep.
Well, I'll take it from here, Tommy. Warning was my selection for the Adelaide Carnival.
Mate.
And I think he's a live Caulfield Cup hope.
In the words of the great man from the castle, Michael Caton, you're dreaming.
Let's take a look at the replay here in the Turnbull just to get you a little warmed up by warning for the current Caulfield Cup. At no stage from here until the 100 metre mark did the jockey look comfortable, like looking for a space, but when he let him down, watch him take off. Boy, oh boy, let's have a look at the replay.
Purple colours, white cap.
Next at the 500 metres, the first to straighten from Harlem. They were followed by Finch presenting with Vow and Declare. Dalasan behind those. Toffee Tongue on the fence. Very Elegant with her chance down the middle. Then Master of Wine. Kings Will Dream behind them. Still Ocean X at the 250. But a wall's coming. Finch, Very Elegant. And Harlem and Toffee Tongue right up on the inside. It's Finch, Very Elegant and Toffee Tongue. Then Master of Wine, Superstorm. Finch, Very Elegant, Toffee Tongue. Dalasan between them. It's a head bob of the mare. The mare's got up, I think, Very Elegant, maybe from Toffee Tongue, Dalasan or Finch, and then Warning and Eye Catcher from Harlem.
Time now for Let It Ride, and Tommy, you've gone to the special, not the special guest tonight. He's not on the show this week. He's had a week off and we're using his facility, but we've not only used his facility, you're using his tips, they tell me.
Yeah, it's the venue host, so I thought I'd love to have a chat with him, the great man. So this week's Let It Ride is brought to you by Shane Collins. He's a local man, like myself, a man of the people. So where would a man of the people go? He'd go to his local track of, well, Gawler's his local track, but he's keeping in Adelaide at Morfettville Race 2, number 4, a familiar name in Lacani Rose. Kayla Crowther on board.
Look at the grin over in the back corner. He knows.
Pretty happy with himself, isn't he?
He knows it's on. He's just done the rock back in the chair, tucked the knee up on his chest and said, boy, oh boy, get on. that to me, viewers, if you had seen his confidence, if we just tilted the camera out, this is get on.
Yes, and to quote the great Cosmo Kramer, a bit of cockeyed optimism on the young man over there.
Even doing the money shuffle.
Kayla Crowther on board for David Jolly. I love its record of 12 starts for 4 wins, 5 seconds. That's pretty handy. It's in a field of 7 as well, so it should stay out of trouble. I just got a 360 with a boost. I loaded it up.
You and I have been woeful at Let It Ride, so we've gone for outside assistance, Shane Collins. He'll have $36 to play with next week, and we'll just let him choose the charity of his choice.
Yep, that will be fantastic.
Righto.
Or will he let it ride?
Tommy, you know what happens now, don't you?
I'm well aware, mate.
This is the part of the video where people, as I say most weeks, just fast forward to about the 18-minute mark, 20-minute mark and say, all I want to hear is Tommy's bet for the weekend. It's time for Tommy's Impact and 50 Shades.
All right, as we mentioned, Trust Tom and Tice, awful run. You can have a week's suspension for that.
Parking. Shane's out, Shane's in, Tyson's out.
Yep. I'll start with 50 Shades. It's a bit of a Randwick theme this week. And we start at Randwick, race 3, number 9, Cryoderis. It's short. It is short. I put my hand up, say it is short. Got it at 2.15, so you'll get it for 4.30, being in the first 4. It's 3 wins from 4. It's third, which is its only blemish, was very, very impressive, Bainey. Obviously, the 3 wins weren't too bad either. In a field of 9, it is the clear standout. Rachel King's riding for the great man, Mr. Cummings, Mr. James Cummings. I'll say this, and this is all I can say. If this cheap bastard's chucked $10 on it, you know it's a good thing. All right, so get on it. Race 3, number 9, Cryoderis. That's our 50 Shades bet this week.
That's normally a $1,000 bet for Rock.
He wipes his bum with 50s. No, that's look out for that one. Race 3, 9.
Tommy's Impact.
Did we? I didn't. Have we rolled the slide yet? Well, I don't think we've rolled the slide. I want the slide. Lee, roll the slide for Tommy's. I told not to yell this one.
You also Shane Collins a new table.
Spat on it, didn't I? Normally people don't mention that. Anyway, the impact tip this week. Sorry we didn't run the slide at the start. Couple of thumbs up over there. Randwick Race 7, number 2, Love Tap. Bit of an omen bet. Didn't mind giving myself the odd love tap as a young fella. And this one I got at $4.20 today, boosted. Yep, that's going to air. It's 4 from 4. It races every second week. Checked its record. And and it wins on good tracks. It constantly wins on good tracks. I'm going to tell you, it's a theme bet as well, because this horse is from the USA, and I dedicate this win that it's going to have to the great Donald Trump. That's right.
Are you a Donald Trump supporter?
Get well, champ. Get well. That's right. I just champed the President of the United States. I don't know. I don't know him. It should be guided to the front by Nash Ruella, on board for the Freemans. Two very good people that I trust, Ian Chappell and Rocky Butterworth, have both very clearly said to me in my life, and it's been successful for me, you always bet with the streak, you never bet against it. The source is 4 from 4. It keeps getting my money until it loses. So if the Rock doesn't know, if you can't smell what the Rock is cooking, and Border Rock won tonight, Tommy's Impact Tech. Race 7, number 2, Love Tap. All right.
Tommy,
get on board.
you never fail to amuse me every week on Tommy's Impact. There's always something else to catch the viewer in. But that's been a fair bit to cover tonight, right in the heat of the Spring Carnival. Your news, brews, barbecues, and Tommy's Impact, none other. There's only one thing left to do, mate.
On behalf of Aaron and myself, we'd like you to say hi for your horse for us.
Thanks, yours. We'll see you this time next week. Hopefully we can find you a winner or two.
Air Diffusion Agencies are the market leader in air conditioning component manufacturing. Using state-of-the-art technologies to design and innovate, they have the largest range of components for all air conditioning, heating and ventilation systems. Air Diffusion are proudly Australian family-owned, trading for over 30 years and employing over 150 experienced staff. Servicing all of Adelaide with 3 huge locations, they really are your one-stop air conditioning trade centre. So demand Air Diffusion products in your home or business.